Good morning everyone and welcome back to Currency. It is our last morning of September where we're celebrating our Heritage Month. Poverty is not our Heritage series. I am joined this morning by Dean Woodman, and he's a specialist in PR and marketing and has also started a business during COVID but knows everything that there is to know around the PR and marketing, particularly in the small business sector. So I'm really looking forward to picking his brain this morning, as I'm sure you have. So you know what? You guys are always sending us what your requests are. This is us just listening. Welcome and thank you for joining us this morning, Dean. How are you doing?
I'm good, Martine. Thank you for having me. It's an absolute pleasure to be on your show.
Thank you very much. Dean, I'm looking forward to hearing the tidbits around, growing our businesses from a PR and marketing perspective. But more importantly, I just want to hear what has driven you to start a business during COVID-19. That's so exciting.
I suppose, we all go on a journey of discovery. And at the time, I'd made the decision to move away from corporate. And during that time, moving away from corporate, COVID happens. And you think to yourself, well, okay, you're either going to sink or swim. And COVID really showed us that you either have the ability to push through and make it, and unfortunately for some of us, it's also shown us some real flames. I think what happened with me, I took everything by its horns. I just decided, this is what it is. Let's make the best of it, and let's pull together the creators that that are also going to be struggling during this time. And we formed a company called Evolved Management Creative Consultancy. And literally what it is, Martine, it's about the fact that there are so many creators in this industry that are really, really experts in what they do, but they seem to be overlooked because they're a small, medium enterprise. Okay, we're always giving the businesses to big blue chip corporates, and yet that there's skill sets and people with expertise that can deliver exceptional quality, whether it be on copywriting, whether it be on cinematography, myself with marketing strategy and where to go, whether it be on digital, omni-channel, and putting us together in one room, we realized, we could actually deliver what we deliver for big corporates, but for small, medium enterprises as well. And that's exactly what we do. As a small, medium enterprise needs, we adapt and we pull different levers and we put it together and we'll give you a product that's going to satisfy you and your consumer.
I love that, particularly because, Dean, I do believe from an entrepreneurial perspective, at the moment, we need to particularly focus on those types of initiatives. But I do know that, in order for us remotely to be able to make a dent in the South African economy, we really need to focus on entrepreneurship. And the space of entrepreneurship that we need to focus on is essentially the small and medium, or even a micro to small enterprises. So tell us, from a micro enterprise perspective, I know, and just from the requests that we get in from our entrepreneurs, they normally don't know what to do from a branding, marketing, this is my identity, this is who I am. That is a big stuck for them, and I'm hoping that you can unpack that for us. So when you sit with a small and medium enterprise, what is it that you see that we're doing wrong?
I think the first thing is everybody's got an expectation in their mind, especially small, medium enterprises, whether it be I'm going to make $1 million in a year, whether it be that this is the best product, or they think that it needs to be an innovative product. The first thing is to sit down in what I call a discovery session. Let me spend an hour, albeit 2 hours. What is it that you want to achieve? And understand what pillars have they already pulled without them knowing that they've pulled it. So I literally go into a conversation with them and let the entrepreneur speak. Because they can be very overwhelmed when they're sitting with somebody that, I'm a marketing strategist, or I'm a copywriter, or I do cinematography, and you want to throw credentials at them. That's when you overwhelm them. And it's not about that. It's really trying to find out what is it that you're wanting to achieve. What do you want to achieve? Does the consumer need what you're wanting to achieve? Or are you going to make the consumer want what you have? And once you understand those pillars, which is the who, the what, the when, and the how, you can then start saying, okay, what can you afford? And based on what you can afford, what is the best lever to pull?
I love that. So am I to understand, everybody always says it's too expensive not to invest in marketing, right? Is that the truth? Or is it expensive to invest in marketing?
I don't think that unless you have a unique selling proposition or you're coming up with something totally innovative that has never been done before and you have exclusive rights to it, that you cannot invest in marketing. You have to invest in marketing, and we all do it in some shape or form. Whether it be in our personal lives or in our bio, things such as the world of Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, we all invest time in it. Marketing is important, whether it be on social awareness or whether it be on business awareness. It's just important to understand the channel. And I think for a lot of small, medium enterprises, they feel that they need to go everywhere. Otherwise, they won't be able to compete with the blue chip company. I always turn that question around and say, why do you have to compete with the blue chip companies? This is about a brand that you believe has a presence, so therefore we should make it happen.
So I think the hesitation, and I'd just like you to unpack that a little bit more for us, because the hesitation for our entrepreneurs right now is, I already don't have an income. I don't know what to do now, but I know that I can't afford not to do this in order for me to reach my next level. And I love the fact that companies as yourselves are popping up, particularly because I personally believe that we should be forming relationships very early on and growing with one another instead of just taking a chunk of money, like you say, and doing one campaign and it's over. So what is the service offerings, what is the conversation that you have with entrepreneurs when it does get down to that?
So I call it consult to assist. There's nothing wrong with me or any of my partners sitting down and taking an hour to hear what it is that your business is about or what your offering is. Based on consult to assist, we then go back to the drawing board and we are literally looking at everything from beginning all the way to the end. I then supply that to a small SME and I say, listen, for what you want to achieve, here's chunks. You've got little chunks. And that's what people don't normally do. They go, 200,000, that's what you need to do, or 20,000, that's what you need to do your marketing campaign. This is where we're going to go. And it's not about that. Remember, the SME has told me, or the entrepreneur has told me specifically what they want to achieve. So if that's specific what you want to achieve with your product or your brand, we follow that pipe and that pipe alone, and we start pulling levers along that's going to make you revenue as you go along. Some of it might not even need money if you think about it. There's many websites at the moment where you can build a template for yourself of your website, which number one is super important, and this is the most important thing, because in that website, number one is it needs to be impactful and powerful, and simplicity is key, because the world has changed. No matter what age group you're in or what demographic you are, take 30 seconds too long to show me who you and what you're about, and I'm done with your site. So those are the types of things that we show them in terms of this is how you're going to start making some money and some revenue and some returns.
Wow, Dean. I wish I could keep you here all day, but we have limited time on the segment. And I just want to recap to our viewers a few of the tidbits that you've shared with us so that it's just, it sticks with them. So number one was, please go back and go and meet with a PR and marketing strategist, no matter how small your business is. We've heard from the man himself that it is an expense that you actually cannot afford not to spend. Go and understand, go and have the discovery session with someone. Make sure that you discuss and you understand what you're wanting to achieve in order for them to put the plan together in how you're going to be doing this. Once you've done that, please always understand that perceived value is absolutely critical in any small business. Just because you're a one-man show doesn't mean that everyone else out there needs to know that you are. I trust that you found this as valuable as I did. We look forward to welcoming you back next week, where we will be discussing social entrepreneurship, because we are celebrating our social development month within South Africa, and we really look forward to sharing some of the beautiful journeys and social entrepreneurs that are really looking after some of the critical things that we need in terms of our social development in the country. See you back next week. Thank you.